Hi, this is Chris with Stupid Raisins, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to add New Year's celebration elements in Final Cut Pro. I got a strong feeling that this is going to be your year. I'm going to share with you how to add overlays and effects to make your New Year's footage sizzle, and then we're going to take a look at how to make a fun New Year's countdown. Let's check that out. Okay, so we're here in Final Cut Pro. We're taking a look at New Year's celebration. We got some footage here of these people celebrating the new year with some sparklers. What are some ways that we can make this just a little more exciting? So we're gonna go over here to the effects. That's this browser here, click on that. And what we're gonna do first is find the light. All right, so this light category is gonna have a lot of different options for us in here. So what's cool about Final Cut is it will, if you have a clip selected or highlighted where the playhead is sitting over it, what you can do is you can actually slide. You can slide along each effect and it will preview that effect for you. So in this case, artifacts would be a pretty cool effect to add to this, just to add a little bit of flair there. So let's slide that over, go ahead and put one of those on. But we're gonna go to the inspector and let's take that down just a little bit. Bring the opacity down. Let's play that back. Much better. Now we can also come down here and find this other one called bokeh, and it's bokeh random. So it just kind of randomly moves those little light flares around. We can also come down here, and if we want those, whoa, if we want those sparklers to be dazzling, all we got to do is drop in some dazzle, razzle dazzle. There's also a similar effect, but it's not as drastic. It kind of just adds a glow to the whole frame. So in those bright spots, it will add a nice glow to it. Let's go ahead and drag that one in. And it looks like we can change the glow amount. So we can make it to where it's just a subtle look or blow it out a little bit. And then for the rest of these, we're going to take a look down near the bottom where it says stylize. Now one thing you could do is you can make it look like this was recorded on a camcorder. So you got like that Cloverfield party look. We can see, we can change what the text says there. Change the size of the recording option there, the battery level. We can make it look like the battery's almost dead on the camera. You can also change the scan lines, add a look to it to make it feel like it's like you're looking at the LCD of the camcorder. All right, and with just a couple extra effects, we were able to take this clip and kind of give it a completely different vibe than what we had going on earlier. Now something else you can do, let's go ahead and clear up our space a bit. We're gonna bring up the library and drag down some confetti. On a stock footage website, you can look for confetti over black background. Let's close out the browser there, go up to the inspector. We're gonna select blend mode in the video inspector. Come down to screen. Let's play this back. And look at that. We got some confetti. Our New Year's resolution is that we will share new videos like this all the time to help with your Final Cut Pro projects. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you can get notified when we release our next video. All right, so we're gonna head to the generator menu, and to get there, we're gonna click on the browser, go to the titles and generators browser, and generators, and then we're gonna come down here to glimmer. Drag that down. So we're just gonna use this as a backdrop. We're gonna bring in this counter. Looks like it's already 10 seconds. And then we're gonna have this highlighted. Let's close that browser, open the inspector. So let's go ahead and just change the font. I think we wanna do Gil Sans for this one. And we can come down here to the starting number. And that starting number, we wanna go ahead and do a 10-second countdown. So we'll start with 10. We want it to end at 0. Now it's got extra numbers. Let's move those minimum digits down to 1. And I'd like to take this and move it over some. So what we're gonna do next is bring in an element here. So let's bring up the browser again. I'm gonna slide down to shapes. I'm gonna drag that on top here. We'll just drag this to the length. All right, we're gonna make this appear over in the corner. We can scale this down some. We're going to click on transform, move this up here to the top, and then let's go in the inspector. Let's close that browser so we have room. So in the inspector, let's make sure we have the generator inspector on, and we're going to come in here. We want to stick with the circle. We want it to fill. White is perfect there. And the outline, we're going to take the outline off. Now we're going to drag over a few effects. Now the first effect that I want to find is the drop shadow. Drop shadow. Let's put that right on top. Then we're going to find the halftone effect. All right, very close. So we'll click on the video inspector and come down here to halftone. We're going to change a couple things. Contrast, we're going to bring down to 0. The opacity to 65. And the scale, we're going to go up to 80. Then we're going to rotate this a little bit, more of the diamond effect versus the square. We can adjust this scale as we feel. So in the last moments of New Year's, in Times Square, they have this ball that drops. So we're going to recreate the same effect. And so at the beginning of this title here, we're going to go ahead and go to the transform. And we're going to click this keyframe option. Then we're going to drag it over to the 0. We're going to hold down Shift and drag this down. The great thing about holding Shift is as I press left and right, nothing's happening. It's not moving. It's just going to stay on the path that I'm pulling it down towards. And then let's see what effect we've created. We'll play it from the beginning. All right, so it looks like it didn't quite land there. So we're going to right-click, show video animation, put our playhead to 0, and then drag over these keyframes so that this ball has stopped right at that point. Let's play that back again. There we go. And then from here, what we can do is we can go ahead and drag in a title. So I'm going to look for the title Glow. Drag and drop that here. And right when that 0 hits is when we want this title to start coming in. And let's type in the text inspector, Happy New Year. See the effect of that. The 0 just kind of disappears. Let's go ahead and make it dissolve. We'll drag across dissolve on there. Delete the beginning one. So we looked at how to use overlays, titles, and generators, along with keyframes to create a really cool countdown and different effects with our New Year's Eve footage. And with that, we've reached the end. Thanks for tagging along.
New year, new you. Now that you've learned how to add New Year's celebration elements in Final Cut Pro, I've made another video about how to clone yourself in Final Cut Pro. Click here to check it out.